Senior Director of Communications at Alvis. And what I want to talk to you about today is just being an Alvis ambassador. And what I mean by that is there's really nobody better than you to talk about the work that we do at Alvis. So somebody's going to ask you at some point, hey, where do you work? What do you do? What do they do? And instead of saying, I work with a bunch of criminals, we want you to say something that's kind of more positive about our clients. So a lot of what we're talking about and a lot of the tools that I have for you are just kind of helping people to understand how what we do is good for them. It's good for our clients, but it's good for the community as a whole. So it's just an opportunity for you to spread the word about the good work of Alvis. So this is more than 450 staff. I think this is a little bit old. I think we're closer to 500 now than 450. So if each of you gets one question a week, what's Alvis? And you answer that, it's just that many more people that can know a little bit about the work that we do. We're trying to be consistent in our messaging, so there's a couple things in your folder. There's an elevator speech and a style guide. I think that's section 3 of your binder. And it's talking about being knowledgeable about our services, being consistent in your messaging, being positive in your messaging, and then avoiding words and phrases that cause others to think negatively about the populations that we serve. So you will not hear me talking about our clients as offenders, as inmates, as people that I try to even say that have been in prison. It'll be justice-involved individuals, justice-involved families, individuals and families with criminal justice involvement, individuals with developmental disabilities. So it's the individual first, because we don't want somebody to be defined by what they did. We want them to be headed toward a bright future and not to be referred to. And so even sometimes when you talk about halfway house, when I think about a halfway house, I kind of think about like a dim bulb and a dirty room, and I don't think about all of the treatment services that we do here at Alvis. I don't think about that substance abuse treatment, the cognitive behavioral services. It's more like a college dorm in our facilities than it is more like kind of a flop house. And so residential treatment centers, residential reentry centers, because sometimes you say those words, you say offender, you say prisoner, inmate, somebody's going to immediately start blocking you out. They're going to stop listening to the next things that you have to say. And there's a lot of really good work going on at Alvis. We have a tremendous success rate. After 1 year, more than 92% of our clients do not re-enter the criminal justice system. After 3 years, it's only about 21% do re-enter the criminal justice system. So about a 79% success rate. The national average is 47% recidivism after 3 years.
Is that on a 3-year basis too, then?
Yes. The 21% is 3 years. The biggest jump is between year 1 and year 2. Year 2 it goes to about 16-17%. Year 3 it goes to about 21%. But year 1 is the real low. Folks generally tend to stay out, or if they've gone back before they even leave our programs or before they get out. So avoiding words and phrases that are going to cause other people to think negatively about what we do. I don't want to talk, we don't say people with mental retardation anymore. That's just gone by the by. And so it's individuals with developmental or intellectual disabilities. Again, just that individual first. Justice-involved individuals and families with criminal justice involvement. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get rolling on it, it's really easy to say, and people understand it and will at least receive your message a little bit better about the people that we serve. So the tools that we have, there's a style guide, again in I think section 3 of your binder. The standard, that just has a standard standard voicemail greeting, a standard email signature that has our branding on it, information about aspects of the agency's branding, like what the colors are, and where the communications tools are located on the Z drive. Once you guys, the Z drive has been down, I'm sure you've heard about that, and we're going through some troubles with that. When it gets back up, there's a section on the intranet that's communications and strategy. That'll have the elevator speech on it, it'll have the style guide, and it'll have some other things. At the back of the style guide, it tells you a section on the on the intranet that is photos, logos, and clip art. So if you're looking for information, if you're looking for an Alvis logo, if you're looking for information about the Community Reentry Center, if you're looking for maybe our little trifold brochure, that's all in PDFs under photos, logos, and clip art, and you can just send those out, print those out. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to access information to help us tell the story. So the elevator speech is really just a really quick, oops, I don't know if I'm going to media relations yet. The elevator speech is just a quick, what do you do? The elevator speech comes from when there used to be folks looking for venture capital. They'd jump on the elevator with somebody that had money and try to talk to them for about 30 seconds on why it's good, why it's important, and why it's something that you should buy into. So that's the same thing. You'll see something that says, what is Alvis in your packet? And it'll talk to you about the two client groups that we serve, individuals and families with criminal justice involvement, individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Our services are all evidence-based programs and services. We're not going to do anything unless it's been, I'm sure you heard it from Phil, I'm sure you heard it from Jennifer, that doesn't have an evidence basis. We're not going to do things because it sounds good or it feels good or somebody thought it would be a good idea. We're using things that have been proven to change behavior, that have been proven to change somebody's trajectory, and hopefully keep them out of the criminal justice system for a good long time. And that shows by those success rates. You don't get a 92.5% success rate and a 79% success rate if you're just guessing. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I went to a doctor that failed 47% of the time, I wouldn't be going to that doctor very much. I'd rather go to the one that makes it 79% of the time. So our programs for individuals and families with criminal justice involvement, they're individualized assessments and program plans, cognitive behavioral treatment, substance abuse treatment, and workforce development services. Our programs for individuals with intellectual or developmental disabilities, those are detailed individualized treatment plans and services to promote independent living. And in a lot of cases, we're creating a family for folks. Our clients that have developmental disabilities are most likely going to be with us a long time. So we're going to create a family, home-like environment. We're going to emphasize individual rights. How many people are in criminal justice? And then how many are in DD services? Welcome. Welcome to Alvis. So, and the other thing that elevator speech tells you is that our clients not only contribute to their communities going forward, but right now, today, our clients last year earned $2.5 million in wages. They did about 10,000 hours of community service. So again, I'm not trying to sell you on what you do because it's good for our clients. It's good for our clients, but I'll try to sell you on what we do because it's good for the whole community. It's good for families. It's good for a lot of other people. There's a lot of times when folks talk about our client population, people think that they don't know somebody with a record, or that doesn't affect me, or that's not going to. 1 in every 3 adults in the United States has something that's going to show up on a criminal background check. It could be an arrest record, it can be a misdemeanor. Even just an arrest record that shows up on a background check can reduce your likelihood of a job offer by 50%. So that's not somebody over here that's being affected, that's all of us that are affected. And if it's harder for a person to get a job, it's harder for them to get food on the table, to support their families, to support their communities. So what we're doing is changing people's lives, and that's why when we went to our rebranding, we talked about 180-degree impact. We're turning people's lives around, trying to change the trajectory of what they're on. We don't say 360 because 360 would be recidivism, coming right back to where you were. But we want you to completely turn your life around. So when I talk about Alvis, I kind of think about I'm Gloria. I help people understand the work of Alvis. And what I want you to do, or what I want you to understand, is that the work that we do is not just important for our clients, it's important for our communities and our families as a whole. So that maybe you'll think twice about having one of our clients apply for a job, that you might hire them, that you'll understand that people that are in our programs are really good employees a lot of times, that you understand that we have a great success rate, that it's important work that we're doing. Media relations. Sometimes things are going to go wrong, sometimes things are going to go right. So the basics are just refer any media inquiries that you get to me right away in a diplomatic way. We don't want you to say, I can't talk about that or no comment, because that feels like you might have something to hide. All we're trying to do is be consistent in our messaging. So just send them all my direction. Help me to be prepared. So if you become aware that somebody might be talking to the media, I get it all the time. Folks say, oh, I'm going to call 6 on your side, and they're going to just give me a call and let me know. Most of the time, nothing comes of it. We did have 6 on your side come out a couple years ago, and it was really helpful because we had some women in our program that weren't getting paid by a temporary agency, and so our case managers and our managers had done all kinds of things to try to get that employer to pay up. It wasn't working. The negative publicity from 6 on your side helped, and they had checks in their hands the next day. So it's not always a bad thing, and it's really nice that we can have partnerships like that that help our clients to get what they need. So if it's a positive situation, like you've got somebody coming into a program, somebody that just got a job, got an award, something like that, that somebody's asking for some additional information, you can just say something like, Alvis is committed to working positively with our clients in the community, and this looks like a great opportunity. Let me refer you to. If it's a negative situation, you can just say, I'm really sorry. You know that Alvis cares very deeply about our community, but I don't have all the information to talk to you about that. Here's the phone number of somebody who can. And then just give me a call and give me a heads up. So instead of saying no comment, which kind of sounds negative and like you might have something to hide, if somebody shows up at your door, I can't remember the last time it happened. The closest we were a few years back, Maurice Claret was going to be in one of our programs. He ended up not being in our program, but we did have some media camped out around the outside, trying to talk to clients as they were coming and going. We just politely asked them to leave because that's an invasion of our clients' privacy. So they don't usually come up, but again, if it comes up, give me a call, let me know, and I'll take care of it. As an Alvis ambassador, remember that you're the message. There's nobody better to talk about the work that you do with our clients than you. You're going to see it every day. Not every day is going to be awesome, but there's going to be a lot of days that are really good. One of the things that I like to do, and you can go to it on the intranet, there's a video that's Alvis clients thank Alvis staff, and it's just clients talking about their experiences. That's my happy place where I go to whenever I'm having a bad day and I need to remember why I'm here, what I want to do. And it's just clients talking about how much the support means to them. We have a guy that put in, I think he said 86 job applications, and on the 87th one, he got the job. But he said it's the support of the staff believing in him that helped him to keep going, keep moving forward. You never know where you're going to be on that list of somebody's trajectory, but it's really gratifying to see the clients and see the clients saying, it's people that believed in me. Sometimes it's not a program, it's just a belief that you're not what you did. You're so much more than what you did. You're your future. And they don't always hear that a lot from a lot of other people. Stay informed and stay active. There's an Alvis website that you can get to. You can get to that right now, actually. You can't get to the Z Drive, but you can get to the website. We have a few different social media channels, so Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're just getting rolling on some Instagram, so sign up and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Comment on posts that you see there. You'll see a lot of posts right now about Evening of Light, which is our fundraiser that's coming up pretty soon. And thanks to that fundraiser, that supports the women and children, so that it's working with the children of the individuals in our programs. To be honest, that's a little bit more sympathetic population than just our regular clients, because they're kids and people can get that, people can warm up to that in a way that sometimes is a little bit harder. But sometimes you are just changing one mind at a time. There was one of our managers a few years back, we had a juvenile program, and he had a van full of teenage boys. They were going back from something or other, and there's a guy on the side of the road that had a flat tire. So he stopped the van, these guys get out, the guy has a look on his face like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And they all came and helped change his tire. So in that one moment, they changed that one person's mind and perception of what an Alvis client looks like and what an Alvis client does. And that's just a huge part of helping our clients to build a future for themselves and their communities. Agency publications, you'll see newsletters, and then get involved. There's a staff engagement committee coming up, I think employee engagement committee that's just getting rolling. There's the staff development training opportunities. There are so many training opportunities here, it's hard to keep it all straight. They do a really, really good job. And then just follow us and see what's going on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Any questions? I usually go longer because we get to look at the videos, but since that's not going to work today, you're just going to get out for lunch a little earlier.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am.